welcome back to episode 3 of Dear Daaé here at the Phantom of the Opera. It's been a very exciting week at the Majestic. We had a put-in for our amazing Phantom, Peter Jobeck. We did some backstage touring because a lot of you have been asking for some backstage stuff, and we did an amazing photo shoot, so I hope you enjoy. Here we go. Oh, I gotta go. Hi ladies! What are we doing today?
Oh, we're backstage right now during rehearsal for Peter Jobeck, who's coming in as the Phantom right now.
He's here! The Phantom of the Opera!
He's going up to the proscenium to jump out at everybody. It's so cool!
Yes, it's very exciting. How many put-ins do you think you've done, Kelly?
Oh god. Like, a lot.
So this is the beautiful Giselle, one of our ballerinas. So Giselle, we've had some questions about what it's like to be a ballet dancer in Phantom and what the point shoe situation is like and what you have to do to maintain your body.
Well, there's a lot of things involved. I personally, it's different for everybody, you know, depending on their body and what they like to do to stay in shape, but I like to take at least one ballet class a week. And then I've recently been into gyrotonics, which is kind of like Pilates, but with more circular movements. So it kind of helps strengthen my body and make me really balanced because the show is very imbalanced. So it's important to try and maintain, you know, a high level of proficiency on both sides of my body.
Is there one side that gets worked out more because of certain moves?
Yes, like for instance, because I'm the monkey, I have what I like to affectionately call monkey knee because I do this sharp movement with my right leg that I do not do with my left leg. So my right leg tends to be a little bit tighter, but in turn my left hip tends to be tighter. So it's figuring out how to work all of those things out to try and maintain balance. Yeah, and then, you know, there's also, I'd like to take a hip-hop class or contemporary class or theater class, and, you know, to just kind of keep the other skills that I have besides ballet nice and sharp for, you know, anything that might come in the future.
So, I thought I'd show you my fun little run that I do after the body falls, spoiler alert, in El Muto down to the rooftop. So, let's hope I don't break my neck. Okay, here we go. Woo! Pick up the dress, down the stairs. Whee, here we go. Running this way. Usually pick up my dress, and then it's dark. Hold your breath. Let me get my stuff on here. You, the viewers at home, have asked for some funny other blooper moments. And lucky for you, last night I was on with these two gentlemen. Paul was playing the Phantom. Jeremy was playing Ralph, and we had a little bit of an incident in the dressing room.
How dare you? How dare
yes, which we'll reenact for you now.
Yes. I was behind the mirror waiting to sing my first line, and there was a very dramatic moment that happened between Raoul and Christine as Raoul is trying to leave the dressing room.
Yes.
So,
You must change. I must get my hat. 2 minutes, little Lottie. Oh dear.
give me a shrug.
Yes. Oh,
shrug.
sorry. I shrugged. I went.
And I went.
You came over.
Bloop. And then you leave,
Yes.
and then I go. Raoul. Things have changed, Raoul.
Luckily, I get to you.
And then I died.
He got his pocket somehow stuck on the inside of the doorknob.
It wrapped
And it was
around.
like wrapped like in here, so I had to like
opened the door,
free-
my tails flipped around, and they grabbed this doorknob, and just boom, I was done. And I couldn't, and I pulled, and I pulled, and I pulled, and I wrapped, and nothing.
He pulled like twice.
Yeah.
And then went. Dear Daaé, sometimes our crew members let us play with things we don't usually get to play with. We're going on stage. Let's go. Here's our elephant. Does our elephant have a name? Does he?
Bimbo.
Bimbo. And I'm going to attempt to climb him. This is going to be cut if I do it really badly. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You're so small.
This is fun. Hi, Bimbo. So this is what the inside of an elephant looks like. It's not so bloody. Here's our amazing chandelier Ruthie 2. She's original to this theater. Ruthie 1 lives in London, named after Hal Prince's assistant, and she's got a little name tag. I don't know if you can see it. That's right here. Ruthie 2. She's very pretty. Dear Daaé, on this episode of Lavodi Explains It All, we ask Greg Lavodi, hey Greg, how much dry ice do we use during the show?
We use 500 pounds of dry ice for every show.
What?
What?
That's a crazy amount of dry ice. I
know, it comes in 10 separate 50-pound blocks that our crew carries in from our freezer storage in the back alley.
Nice.
I'm not sure how big the
That's crazy and amazing. Let's go see it.
Yeah, have fun.
Thanks, Lavodi Explains It All. Okay, so here we're going down into the basement. So here we are under the stage at the Majestic Theater. That's the stage up there. Here is one of the ovens that is used to pump the dry ice up into the stage, which is nuts. This here is the staircase that Raoul and I climb up when we go through that trap door to get to the rooftop where we sing All I Ask of You. This is the catwalk. There's a little more light here. There's a lot more light here than usual. And so then down here, these are the candelabras that go up through the trapdoors in the stage. And these guys are the little individual candles that poke out one by one. It's really amazing. The theater, the Majestic Theater, is 90 years old, and Phantom is almost 30 years old. And when Phantom moved in, there was not quite enough space down below, so they had to excavate a little bit. These yellow mechanical devices in front of you are high-speed linear actuators that are used to open and close the doors so that the candelabras can go up and down onto the stage. And what's really cool about them is that they were such cutting-edge technology in 1988 that NASA actually used the same technology on the space shuttle, which is awesome. Oh, hey, Sam.
Hi, Allie.
Can you take me on a tour of the hair room?
Come on in.
Wow, where the magic happens.
That we give on our traditional hair room tour. There's 209 wigs just in this room. We have 2 storage spaces, one underneath the house seating, and one further downtown in our warehouse. There's a mixture of synthetic, human, and yak hair in this.
Wow.
And that doesn't include the facial hair, so that's just hair.
Oh, hi, Will.
Hi. He's working on Madame Giry. Janet Saya is on tonight.
Miss Janet Saya's on tonight as the ballet mistress.
Look how cool.
Yes.
A very signature hairdo.
Yes.
Right?
If only everyone could have wires in their hair to keep it pristine
to keep the braids.
all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You might know this lady.
Oh,
up here.
Y'all might think that looks familiar.
There's a couple of those.
That goes on my head.
Yes. So, because it's a lot of curlage happening.
Yeah.
So it would be really hard to maintain, especially if it's humid or, you know, there's a rough show and it gets snagged on something. So they're synthetic, so the curls are steamed in so that they stay nice and curly, and we're not curling them every night over and over.
This is what they look like when they show up.
Yeah,
oh, wow. No way. I don't know how that would look on me. Let's see.
Yes. This is Miss Jessie Bishop. She's getting a new 30th anniversary hair.
Yes. Dear Daaé, today we're riding the angel.
Oh yeah.
Da, 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 da.
You liking this?
Yes, it's lovely. It's a very smooth ride. I'm too short for this ride.
I'm zooming all the way in.
You must be. Dear Daaé, sometimes I have fancy Broadway.com photo shoots. How's my hair going? It's good. Yeah. Ooh.
Looks gorgeous.
Thank that's a mystery we can solve. Who do we ask?
Maybe you have a rose tattoo somewhere, Christine.
No, I understand.
We should just like hide one in the dressing room somewhere.
Oh, only bring one light, and do you want me to take
Beautiful.
right now? Okay.
The Z-bags are crazy. Just like you're clearing out the house.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
This West not leaning on the situation.
Hold on.
I can always get another one and we can do it from the other side as well.
Turn it. Just turn it.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that was you. I was like, oh, it's okay.
Oh, hey, monkey. So I had some questions for you, and I know you don't like to speak, so I figured, you know, one would symbol clap would be yes, and two for no. Sound good? Excellent. Okay. Question number one. Are you excited to celebrate Phantom's 30th anniversary next week? Yes. Me too. Question number two. Do you like bananas? Unexpected. Question number three. Will you still play when all the rest of us are dead? You heard it here, folks. And that brings us to the end of week 3 and the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next week. Mwah!